Welcome. Today let's see how can we use Cisco Packet Tracer in order to add IoT devices and get connected. So I've already made some setting so that it will be time saving. So what I've done is here there are a lot of categories and at the bottom you will see subcategories. So now I want network devices, so I'm clicking on that. Under networking devices I need a switch. Okay, so I will press this, so it gives a lot of varieties of switch. I'm choosing this because I'll have a lot of Ethernet port connections, so I've added it here. And then I need a PC and a server, so I click on this, and then in the below you can select which option you want, whether home or industrial. So now I'm satisfied with this PC, so I put it here, and the server I put it here. And there are some elements or the end devices which I wanted, so which are actuators. So what am I trying to do is like I am going to this option which shows components, and under that here if you can see there is a lot of things changing here. So I will go select actuators. LED is the simplest actuator, but I've chosen something different. So under this you have this heating element which I put here, and the motor which I put here. And then I need to have a connection established. So it is Ethernet connection. So what I do is I like go to this connection, and there's a lot of cable types. So in this you can go select this, which is your Ethernet. So what do you do is I'll just show you how to remove and add it again so that you'll get an understanding. So click this. So this will help you to remove a link. So I'm just removing, and I'm going to add it again for you. So now if you click this, so whichever port you want, I'm selecting it here, drag it to the PC, and then select it fast Ethernet. That's how I selected the other option also, but now it is showing red here, which means it is not ready. So you can do a fast forward to keep every configuration alive. So the minute you do this, so all the links will be up. Okay, so let's stop here, and I'll proceed with the next video about the full connection. Thank you. Welcome back. Let's continue. This is the place where we left. So what we're going to do is we are going to add some more components. So what am I going to do is I'm just going to this option where I have a lot of categories. So I'm just going to check what do I need. Under network devices, let me go to industry and check is that anything feasible, or I will go here and check industrial. Okay, so in end devices, because I wanted to introduce or add end devices, I'm going here and industry. So here I'm going to pick three components: battery, power meter, and the solar panel. So let me go ahead and add it, battery, and then you have uh, power meter, and then your solar panel. So So this gives us some idea. So let me make a connection between the battery and the these actuators. So to power them. So how do we do? I'll go to connection as usual, and the type of cable which you use here is something given here, which is IoT custom cable. So let's click on that and connect here and say D0 of this connected to. So once it gets connected, you can see the heating element getting its color changed. So it may get, once it gets powered, so it can have a change in that. And then let me do one more connection here from here, D1 to your motor. So the motor starts rotating. Um, so maybe after some time the heating element may get heated. And now I have to make connection between these. I wanted to show you that power panel, whatever is there, you can see it in the power meter. So how do we do? And what you are seeing here is, if you wanted to know about the features, you can have a look at this. So now I'll go to connection, and then I'll choose this Ethernet connection. So I use um, I'm sorry, I have to use IoT cable. So I'll connect this D0 to D0 of this, and one more from here, D1, because D0 is already used to something of this. So this connection is over. So now we can see whatever is coming here is also coming here. And now let's do the remaining connection with respect to the switch. So how do you do switches? Again, you wanted to have Ethernet connection. So I'm using this, connecting this Giga Ethernet to one of the Ethernet port. Similarly, I'll repeat for power meter, fast Ethernet to this. So you can select any port here, and then from the battery, the battery connection is again this, fast Ethernet, and then to this you connect Ethernet 5. So this completes the connection. So how the solar panel actually works is, internally there's a simulation which heats it. Assuming that there is some kind of day and night simulation is done. So when it is day, it gets powered, it gets charged, and then in the night simulated mode, it gets it reduced. So that's how internally they made this working. So let's stop here, and then the configuration we'll see in the next lecture. Thank you. Welcome back. This is the place we have left, and here we can see the heating element has turned red, and then the motor is also working, and this connections are already clear to you. Okay, so this is that IoT cable type which is given here, the custom cable, and the black ones here represent your Ethernet cable. Okay, so right now the power has got drained up. So now what we can do is, if I can show you something, so if I disconnect this, the unit gets stopped. So that's the proof that it is working with the battery. So let's do it again. So now I'm going to connect to this anode. So it has to start working. Okay. So now coming back, let's work out how to reach all these devices remotely. So that's our whole intention of IoT itself, right? So now let's understand a bit about the server. So if you look at the server, there is this configuration given. So if you see the settings, it is usually the DHCP model. So you have to enable them. And then in the fast Ethernet, so these are the connections which are given. And this is the IP address which is assigned to the server. So what you have to do is, you just have to note it down. So 169.254 90.55 is the server address. Okay, just keep a note of it. And then these are the services which are offered. So DHCP should be on, so keep it on. And this IoT is a registration server through which all the devices gets registered, so it should also be on. So these are the preliminary settings which you have to do. Now the end devices have to reach this server. So what do? Is you go to this part, and then go to config, and then this should be DHCP. So enable that. So the minute you give this DHCP, what should you note is, in the gigabit Ethernet 0, in the IP configuration, take care that it should be DHCP. So now this is the IP address. Again, note it down for solar panel. Solar panel, it is 169.254.0.1. Okay, and with this, the details about IP is done. And now one more thing is pending. Go back to settings, and in the IoT server, make this a remote server, and this server address should be of the server. So copy this which you had, and here you should select remote server, control V, and the username is it's not created, but I'm going to create it as admin and admin password. So now if you connect, nothing will happen, but actually when it's getting connected, here you'll see refresh button. Okay, so now the settings for solar panel is over. Let's repeat for the power meter. So now again go into config, settings, remote server, and I think we have to give this, I think we have saved it, copy pasted. Let me try. Okay, it's there, it's the same address, 254.90.55, which is the server address, admin, and this again is admin. Okay, and one more part, go to fast ethernet, set it as DHCP so that dynamically it gives address. So let's see if for power meter it is noted and it is correct. So let's close this, go back to the battery, go to config, and then remote server, server address, admin, username, password admin. Okay, and go to fast ethernet, DHCP, and the IP should be this. So let's see if I've noted. Yes, for battery. So the initial setting is all over. Now let's try to reach these devices through the PC. So now I'm going to PC, and now you have this desktop. I'm also trying to check whether I'm able to ping. Let me try that. um, so I go to command prompt and I say ping, and I try to reach one of the devices. Let's see if I'm able to reach solar panel. Paste it. Okay, so now I'm not able to reach. Let's see what has gone wrong. So now I will try to make the settings all done. Okay, and let me come back here and go to desktop, web browser, and I should give the server's IP. I think it is 169.254.90.55. Control C, paste it here and say go. So now what happens here is, let me try giving admin to reach out. So it may say wrong username and password because you haven't created. So you go here and say sign up now, admin, and say create. Okay, so now it says IoT server devices, but there are no devices registered. So what is missing is that connect is still not done. So let's see. I'm going here to config and going to the settings, go to IoT server, and I've given all these configurations, say connect. So now it should get connected. See, the refresh button have come. So now if you look at here, the IoT 4, which is solar panel, have come, and the status as of now it's 0. Let's try with another device now, whether we are able to reach, and check this server 0 status. Power meter, settings, again I'm saying connect. So when I'm saying connect, see what happens. So the new device is also registered and it is 1 watt power. So one more is left out. Let's go to battery, settings, connect. Let's see what's happening. So the minute I say, battery has also come. So this is something which I wanted to show you, how the devices are getting registered and how can you reach out to the devices from the remote, okay, using a web browser. And let's also check this whether we are able to ping. So let me go to PC and say command prompt, ping 169.254.0.1. So I think for some reason it's not getting connected, but we are able to what can I say, communicate with them using the web browser. Okay, so let me check this up and come back. Thank you. Welcome back. Last time we couldn't ping it to the devices, and there was something which we missed. So let's go correct it. So you go to PC, and the PC's configuration we haven't done. So this was the screen which we had last time, and it says requested time out. So what am I going to do is go to the config, and here we forgot something. So in the fast ethernet it should be DHCP so that an IP is assigned for this. Now things should be all right. So this is for the PC. So I'm just noting it down, 169.254.0.4. This is for your PC. Okay, so now this is also joined in the group. And now if you go back here, and go to the desktop command prompt and say ping 169.254.0.2. Probably this should work. Okay, see. So now it started replying. So likewise, if you ping to any other device, you would be able to communicate to them. So the mistake which we made was we configured every device, but we forgot to configure on the PC. Uh, Thank you.